Hello, everybody. My name is Arun Saxena, and I'm a principal in the customer programs team at AWS Marketplace. And today in this webinar, we will cover partner solutions. These are essentially software and data products available on AWS Marketplace, and we will discuss how these can help accelerate cloud transformation. The agenda is as follows. We will begin by first discussing some industry trends and challenges in the software and data supply chain. And then we will also talk about how streamlining the software supply chain is very complementary to the overall cloud migration strategy. We will then cover AWS Marketplace and its features and talk about how you can use the capabilities provided for cloud transformation success. We will discuss the value proposition and a customer case study and close off with some recommendations on next steps and resources for you to access. We are seeing three key trends emerge. These are innovation and transformation on the basis of cloud, migration and modernization of applications, and implementation of control and governance features. Now, cloud, software, and data are the very foundation of digital transformation. If you look across industries, financial services, industrials, healthcare and life sciences, resources, oil and gas, and so on, most companies are in the midst of transforming their operations and business models on the basis of technology. These transformations are multi-year efforts and involve organizational changes, process changes, as well as upgraded and modernized technology and skills. Companies are investing significant amounts here, both in time and money, and expect to see a healthy return on investment in the coming years. Cloud computing, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service is being rapidly adopted by companies. And at many places, IT and business leaders are reevaluating their software application portfolios as they look to modernize. So here's some additional business context. Building on the previous slide, software solutions and data play an increasingly important role in the cloud-based transformation effort. Organizations need access to the right software and data solutions to build the foundation for cloud transformation. For example, as organizations modernize and continue to migrate their workloads to the cloud, there is a need to implement new security solutions, such as web application firewalls, threat and data loss prevention solutions, and many others. Application performance management solutions are required to manage the availability and performance levels of customer-facing applications to maintain expected levels of service. Monitoring and observability solutions are required for both infrastructure and applications. Organizations need to improve the performance of their AI and machine learning-based data products by training their models on trusted, curated third-party datasets. Solutions are required by DevOps and site reliability engineers to automate and accelerate the build, test, and deployment of new projects. And incident management solutions are required to mitigate any impacts of service disruption. And these are just some examples that I'm illustrating over here on partner solutions and how they really accelerate and underpin cloud transformation. There are many other software solutions required to meet evolving networking, storage management, and other IT needs, as well as business needs related to customer experience, supply chain, product development, and so on, as organizations move to the cloud. And here are just 8 categories of partner solutions that are available in AWS Marketplace to help accelerate cloud transformation. You may be familiar with some of these vendors and may already be doing business with them. These represent some of our more popular offerings across software, data products, and professional services. AWS Marketplace includes software solutions from key independent software vendors, ISVs, such as Splunk, F5, NetApp, Cisco, Adobe, App Dynamics, and more. Altogether, there are more than 50 software categories in AWS Marketplace with multiple data product categories as well. And these are all supported by AWS as well as other professional services organizations. So as you look to moving more and more of your workloads to the cloud and moving up the stages of cloud adoption, as depicted by the green and blue curves on the left, you also want to be moving up the maturity curve on how you procure, provision, and govern third-party software and data solutions. And this is what we mean by the software and data supply chain. It essentially refers to the procurement, provisioning, and governance of software and data solutions. So this maturity curve is shown on the right. It's the brown curve. And this capability, which we call modernizing the software and data supply chain, is highly synergistic and complementary to your overall cloud adoption effort. And this is where AWS Marketplace provides a differentiated technology platform to enable you to do just that. So what is AWS Marketplace? This is a digital catalog with more than 8,000 software and data products listed from over 1,600 software vendors. We have a rigorous approach where we look at different software vendors by category, and we have a whole category management team that's evaluating that space on an ongoing basis to understand and identify the best ISVs, the emerging software vendors, and so on, and adding them to the catalog. This is a growing catalog. And AWS Marketplace is an AWS service, just like many other AWS services. It's a day one service. It's available in all 24 regions. We have more than 300,000 subscribers, and products are listed in over 50 categories. The selection on this catalog is growing, and we continue to vet and add new listings on a daily basis. We offer software products via many different delivery mechanisms. Software, for example, may be embedded in an Amazon machine image, an AMI, or software may be deployed through a CloudFormation template. And CloudFormation, as some of you may know, is infrastructure as code. We also have containers, machine learning models, SaaS contracts, SaaS subscriptions, and so on. Okay, so let's do a quick demo. I've been talking about AWS Marketplace, and I'm going to show you the public marketplace website. This is accessible by anyone and everyone. So if you look at the top right-hand corner, if you have an AWS account ID and you have the right credentials, you can actually sign in, right? So there's a link over there that allows you to sign in using your AWS account ID and the credentials. Now, if you look at the left, the categories, under the categories, you see all the various categories of software and other products listed there. So for example, we have infrastructure software, and this includes backup and recovery solutions, data analytics solutions, high performance computing, and so on, security, etc. We also have DevOps as a category with lots of subcategories over there, monitoring, log analysis, etc. Business applications, machine learning products, data products, IoT products, as well as professional services. And then we have some industry solutions over there, whether it's education and search, financial services, healthcare and life sciences, and so on. So for example, if you click on security on the left under infrastructure software, that brings up all of the security products that our ISV partners provide on this catalog. So for example, you can see products by OpenVPN, Trend Micro, Splunk, Palo Alto, Fortinet, and so on. So let's say we click on Splunk Enterprise, if that's the product that you're interested in. it takes you to the product detail page where, for example, you get some more information on the product. There's a product overview. It it tells you about, it gives you some information on pricing, the region, and you can see there's a pricing table on the right-hand side, which shows you the pricing, in this case, based on an EC2 instance type. And EC2, as you may know, stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. It's the underlying compute service on the AWS platform. So you can see that if you choose a T2 Nano instance, the pricing per hour is $0.006. If you choose a T2 Micro instance, you can see the pricing over there and so on. And then on the left, if you scroll below, you can see that the fulfillment option in this case is a 64-bit Amazon machine image. And you also see that there's a public end user license agreement, EULA. You can click on the EULA and it shows you, it basically brings up a separate screen and it shows you all the terms and conditions, etc. That Splunk is offering, for this product. So this is the public catalog, and the pricing over here, we refer to this as the public pricing. The end user license agreement are the public terms and conditions. And in some cases, the pricing and the public terms and conditions may be acceptable to you. Or in most cases, what we see is that companies want to customize the pricing as well as customize the terms and conditions. So that we refer to that as a private offer, which is distinct from the public offer that you see here. And we'll go more into private offers later on. So what we essentially covered was, a quick overview on, the public catalog and what Marketplace is all about, various categories. You can filter and search for products based on, different criteria, whether it's by vendor or by pricing plan or delivery mechanism and so on. Okay, so we'll have some more demos later on in this webinar that go deeper into some of the applications and use cases. Now, AWS Marketplace provides you with the capability to balance speed and agility with governance and controls. Now, speed and agility, as you may know, are the main value propositions of cloud. AWS Marketplace enables speed and agility by enabling developers to quickly search for, evaluate, select, buy, and deploy software and data products. And we'll demonstrate how easy it is to do that later. AWS Marketplace also brings the Amazon-like buying experience to software and data. And this really enables that innovation and creativity, which is essentially what developers are looking for, what product development teams are looking to do, which is to quickly get access to their preferred software solutions and tools so that they can do their jobs more productively and essentially speed to innovation. However, procurement, finance, and legal groups are concerned more about compliance, governance, and cost management. So AWS Marketplace provides a number of features that enable better governance and controls, and these include a private marketplace. We'll discuss that in more detail later through a demo. You've already seen what the public marketplace looks like in the brief demo that I gave previously. And using the public marketplace, a user or a developer, if they have the right credentials and the AWS account ID, they can subscribe to any of the 8,000 products that are listed on the public marketplace. With a private marketplace, they are limited to subscribing only those products that have been approved by their administrators for subscription, or products that have been approved by procurement for subscription. So a private marketplace, which is distinct from a public marketplace, it is a custom catalog, customized to meet the needs of your organization. And it's one of the governance and control features available in Marketplace. Other governance and control features include integrating AWS Marketplace with your procurement approval workflows, especially if you have Coupa or SAP Ariba as your procure-to-pay platform. AWS Marketplace also integrates with ServiceNow's ITSM tools as well as Jira. And we also bring several cost management features as part of the governance and controls that that I'm talking about. And these include AWS budgets, Cost Explorer, and cost and usage reports, which help you manage and optimize software costs. So it's all about balance between speed and agility, balancing speed and agility with the right governance and controls needed for your companies, your organizations to be effective in modernizing the end-to-end software and data supply chain. To summarize, AWS Marketplace enables developers and builders to easily find, buy, and deploy software. Again, that Amazon-like buying experience. A number of software vendors on our catalog offer free trials or bring your own license features, which give you additional flexibility. And all of these capabilities enable that speed and agility that I spoke about previously. The management and governance features allow developers and users to find, buy, and deploy the software while remaining within the guardrails specified for your organization. You don't want to put highly restrictive guardrails in place to choke off any innovation or creativity, and that's where the balance that I spoke about previously comes into play. So here are the basic features of AWS Marketplace. On the top left, you have the ability to negotiate your own custom pricing, terms and conditions with vendors, and these are called private offers, which are distinct from public offers, which is the public pricing and the public end user license agreement that you saw previously. So these are referred to as private offers when you customize the pricing and you customize the terms and conditions. And in addition to software and data, you can also procure professional services through AWS Marketplace. And these are referred to as consulting partner private offers or channel partner private offers, CPPOs. Then you have the ability to distribute and activate entitlements for selected server-based products, Army products on Marketplace. And this managed entitlement service enables better governance and control. On the top right, we have private marketplaces, and I briefly described what a private marketplace is. It's a custom catalog for your company. So you have the ability to deploy not just one, but multiple private marketplaces in your organization. You can have one for your development and testing environment, for example, as well as a different one for your production environment. And again, the public marketplace allows a user to subscribe to any one of the 8,000 products. A private marketplace is really a marketplace where even though the user may have visibility to all 8,000 products, they're only allowed to subscribe to approved products that have been specifically added to the private marketplace and by procurement administrators or other administrators that give you the ability to subscribe only those approved products. And private marketplace is a great mechanism for providing that management and governance we spoke about, as well as enabling developers and builders self-service with self-service capabilities so that they can sign into the catalog and subscribe to approved products if they're allowed to do so. Now, standardized license terms, again on the right, are yet another feature of AWS Marketplace, and they are a great way to accelerate time to contract and onboarding selected vendors. Typically, contract negotiation takes anywhere from 1 to 3 months, possibly longer. And what we are seeing is that the use of standardized license terms can cut the cycle time down by 50% or more. And then we also have AWS Data Exchange, and this is a curated catalog of many, many different data sets and data products that you can subscribe to really complement and enhance your machine learning and AI efforts, as well as we have that procurement system integration that I spoke about previously, where you can integrate AWS Marketplace with either a Coupa or an SAP Ariba workflow, or even with ServiceNow and Jira. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just walk through a click to deploy example. And this is one of the most powerful features of Marketplace. It gives you, the developer, an ability to deploy software quickly using vendor recommended settings and templates. So in this example, which is based on WordPress certified by Bitnami, I'll walk you through the process. And in the interest of time, I'm going to be using screenshots to illustrate the process. So the very first step is to sign into AWS Marketplace using your account, AWS account ID and credentials. So step one, you log into or sign into AWS Marketplace. So after you have signed in, you can search for your product. In this case, if you see the bar on the top, I've entered in WordPress certified by Bitnami, and I hit enter, and it brought up all the listings related to WordPress. Um, so you can see that I'm going to be clicking on WordPress certified by Bitnami, the very first one. So I searched for the product, I found it, and I click on that. Okay. So I've selected my product, and now it's taken me to the product detail page where I can read about the product. I see that the product has a 4-star rating from many reviewers, and I can click on those AWS reviews. This may help me in my selection and evaluation process. Uh, and anyway, this is an informational page, so I'm learning a little bit more about the product and so on. And then in the next step, I've selected the product and I'm reviewing the product detail. So I'm scrolling down the page. I'm looking at information such as the version of the software, the operating system, which in this case is Linux, Unix, Debian 10. I'm also seeing, that the delivery method is an Amazon machine image and so on. Again, this is part of the whole product detail page. So if I continue, uh, and I scroll down, I'm looking at the pricing information. I can see that the pricing in this case is again based on an EC2 instance type. And EC2, as I said previously, stands for Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, the basic compute capacity service on AWS. And an Amazon machine image is nothing more than the software which is imaged on the compute service, on the underlying compute service. And so the pricing over here is really shown again by EC2 hour. Okay, so I continue to scroll down and I click upon, let's say, the public end user license agreement in this case. And in many cases, if you're just going to be deploying one instance, or if you're just running an experiment, and you have a sandbox environment where you want to be using this, looking at a free trial, you may just want to accept the public end user license agreement. But again, what we have seen is that in 95% plus cases, companies want to negotiate a private offer, which is custom terms and conditions. Okay, so assuming that if all of this looks good, the pricing looks good, and the terms and conditions look good, I can click on this yellow box in the middle to accept the terms and conditions. And then it takes me to configuring the software. So you see the green banner over here. It says, "Thank you for subscribing to this product. You can now go ahead and configure your software." And in the background, I'll receive a couple of emails from AWS Marketplace, basically telling me that, look, I've subscribed to this product and so on. So I can continue to subscription. Here I see again that the delivery method is a 64-bit Amazon machine image. I'm good with that. I can select a different region if desired. I can configure the EC2 instance type. Again, it's just scrolling down over here. I can choose my VPC settings, my subnet settings, security group settings, and so on. So again, we are just configuring the software that I just purchased. Again, if I scroll down, so here are the VPC settings, the subnet settings, security group settings. And if I continue to scroll down, As you may know, those of you who have launched EC2 instances in the past, we need a key pair over here. So I can create a key pair. And then once I've done that, I can launch the software. And once the software is launched, I can start using this product. So again, this was a simple example, but you get the idea. Click to deploy really accelerates the launch cycle time by allowing developers to quickly select, review, modify, and then launch a single instance of the software using an Amazon machine image that contains the WordPress software. You can use other tools on AWS to launch, including containers. You can even use the Amazon EC2 console, CloudFormation templates, Amazon SageMaker for machine learning models, and so on. And one note on CloudFormation templates, these are really based, when you buy software off of AWS Marketplace, and in some cases, if it's a more complex topology, then the software vendor recommends other resources that the software needs, right? And all of this is encapsulated in a CloudFormation template based on recommendations from the vendor. And by using these templates, you really benefit from one-click deployment without going through the manual process of configuring resources and spinning up infrastructure required for that software. It's infrastructure as code. So again, AWS Marketplace accelerates the whole find, select, buy, and deploy cycle, especially for server-based products. For SaaS products, of course, you need to go and register on the SaaS vendor's registration site after subscription to begin using the software. And here, to summarize, I've shown the process, all these 6 steps on one slide. You sign into the AWS account, you search for the product, you review the product detail, you review and accept terms, you configure software, and you launch. Okay, so that was a quick summary of how you can really click to deploy software. Now, let's do another demo. And this is going to be focused on the private marketplace, which, as I've mentioned a couple of times previously, is the custom catalog. So why don't we actually go through this demo right now? So we'll just start. This is a pre-recorded demo. Okay.
I'm now going to give you a demonstration of private marketplace. Now here we are once again in AWS Marketplace. And just to review, we're going to go up to categories, hover over and show infrastructure software, and we're going to navigate to the security category. And when we're here, we're going to be able to see thousands of different listings of security software. And this is great and shows a lot of flexibility. But what you want to do is show some of the governance features of AWS Marketplace. And we want to be able to take a couple of these titles and add them into a custom portfolio called a private marketplace. So let's do that. Now I've gone ahead and logged into the AWS Management Console. So now let's go back to AWS Marketplace. And when I do that, I'm greeted with the Welcome to Example Corp Private Marketplace homepage. I've created this private marketplace as an example to highlight some of the features. What we're able to see here is I've added the logo of Example Corp, and I've been able to choose some colors to be able to highlight the branding of Example Corp. Additionally, I've added the contact information of an administrator, in this case, Nikki Wolf at examplecorp.com, so your users are able to find help should they need it. Let's go inside and explore our private marketplace. We are now in Example Corp's private marketplace. And before we saw in AWS Marketplace, we were greeted with thousands of titles. Now within the private marketplace, we see that Example Corp has custom selected 44 titles. And we can see those titles as we're checked on the approved products, and each one of these is approved with a banner for approved for procurement. Now, Example Corp's engineers are only able to deploy those products that are within the private marketplace, but they are not prohibited from searching the overall AWS Marketplace. Let's do that. So as we navigate to infrastructure software and into data analytics, and we come down to another product that we see and like, Cloud Data Manager, We can choose to add this to the private marketplace. But as I see this banner, it says that this product is not approved for procurement. If we'd like to subscribe, we need to create a request. So let's go ahead and do that. So as we do that, we need to come in, fill out the form. We need to add a reason for the request. And our engineer can now submit a request to an administrator of the private marketplace. Let's see what that looks like from the administrator side. I am now logged in as an administrator, so I can view the request that was submitted by an engineer for Cloud Data Manager. When I take a look at this here, I can see the product description. I can see who it's offered by. I can see the title. So let's go ahead and look at the details that the engineer sent to us. So we can see who it came from, the date that it was submitted, and what the reason for adding the product would be. This isn't very descriptive, so we have a couple of choices here. We could decline it, and when we choose to decline, we can put a reason for declining, and we can even block the product from ever being requested again. But let's not do that. Let's go ahead and add this to our private marketplace. We are now back at Example Corp's private marketplace homepage. If you recall, previously we had 44 different titles. Now let's see what's happened. And as you can see, we've now grown to 45 different titles. In our demonstration for Example Corp, we've only utilized one private marketplace. However, you can actually set up multiple private marketplaces and name and organize them the way you wish. Let me show you a few examples. Here we see Example Corp's private marketplace for their production accounts, their development accounts, and their test and sandbox accounts.
Right, so that was a demo on private marketplace. And now let's just briefly touch upon the value from AWS Marketplace. We see 5 main sources of value here. Number 1 is speed and agility in procurement, provisioning, and deployment, enabled, for example, by leveraging standardized license terms and private marketplaces and private offers to accelerate the purchasing cycle time and the time to contract for onboarding new vendors. The second source is innovation and the ability for AWS Marketplace to accelerate innovation by enabling that rapid search, discovery, experimentation via free trials and sandbox environments. The next source of value is cost optimization, and this is enabled, for example, by shifting from perpetual licensing models to consumption-based pay-as-you-go options offered on AWS Marketplace. Additionally, native AWS services like AWS Budgets, Cost Explorer, cost tagging, and cost and usage reports can also help with cost management, allowing you to work on optimization. Next, we have governance and controls, and we saw that you can drive better governance through the private marketplace feature, as well as integration of AWS Marketplace with your procurement workflow. And there are other control services that we have based on AWS Control Tower, AWS Service Catalog, and so on, entitlements management. So these features collectively help you put those guardrails and those governance capabilities in place. And then finally, of course, we have enhanced productivity of both procurement personnel as well as developers, DevOps engineers, and so on. Essentially by providing that one click to deploy, simplification deployment capabilities, infrastructure as code, enabling all of that experimentation and so on. So in summary, AWS Marketplace really brings a holistic value proposition here to the table. And now I'm going to go to a case study based on one of our customers. This is Aon. And Aon, as some of you may know, is a leading insurance, retirement, and health solutions company. They are executing on a cloud migration strategy, and they're focused on continuing to innovate in their industry, launching new products and services on the basis of cloud, software, data, and analytics. And their cloud strategy includes an analysis of more than 2,000 applications that they have in their portfolio to migrate and modernize. Their goals are to achieve speed and agility benefits that we spoke about previously, while also centralizing procurement and governance, as well as optimizing costs. Now, if you look below, you can see that we have a quote from their CTO, their Chief Technology Officer, and he talks about that this shift to the cloud, including modernizing the software and data supply chain, involves not just technology, but also change management, organizations, skill sets, processes, and so on. And this is best achieved by having the right senior executive sponsorship in place, by engaging a cross-functional set of stakeholders, not just from procurement, but also from IT, from the Cloud Center of Excellence, as well as security, legal, and finance, um, to really enable this the streamlining of the end-to-end software and data supply chain. Aon is lucky; they have this sponsorship in place from the CTO and other senior executives, and again, they're on the journey to modernize their applications and move to the cloud. So, just as discussed, AWS Marketplace can enable you to receive quicker time to value and thus a better ROI, return on investment, with your third-party solutions. We did some third-party market research. We engaged a third party to do some market research, and we found that it takes an average of just 27 hours to find, buy, and deploy a solution through AWS Marketplace, compared with more than 52 hours through other procurement sources, such as direct or alternate cloud marketplaces. And so that's an average time savings of 50%. And we will give you a link to the study. If necessary, you can go and take a look at it in more detail. So on the next slide, we have some links to additional resources, and this presentation will be made available to you. You can go to the AWS Marketplace website. There's a lot of material over there and a lot of content over there on the procurement solutions page. There are other links and sources for getting started with Marketplace, and so on and so forth. Lots of content, lots of resources available to you. And so with that, I want to thank you for attending this webinar. And we are excited about AWS Marketplace and the potential it brings to really transform the end-to-end software and data supply chain. There is a lot of value for customers and partners that they can realize by implementing these capabilities. And we look forward to interacting with you, working with you folks as you embark on this journey to modernize and transform. Thank you.